أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد الفاتح الخاتم وعلى آله حق قدم دائر العظيم. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, all praises are due to the Almighty Allah, the Lord of the universe, the most beneficent, the most merciful, the sovereign of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and from you alone we implore help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you have favored, neither of those who have incurred your wrath, nor of those who have gone astray. O Allah, maintain your praise persistently upon our chief and master Muhammad, the key to that which is closed, the seal to that which is past, the upholder of the truth by the means of truth, the proper guide to your straight path, and upon his family according to his eminence and his great honor. Assalamu alaikum once again. Good afternoon, everyone. I am back on my series of lectures on the topic, the divine mandate, that is under the philosophy of religions series. If you can remember, in the last session, we were discussing how the Almighty Allah mandated prophets across the history of humanity, starting from Prophet Adam, how he was sent to his children, down to Prophet Noah, before him Prophet Enoch. Prophet Noah was the first ever to struggle against idolatry, as we mentioned in the last session. In fact, the testament to this fact is the statement of the Almighty Allah in the chapter Surah Nisa, why he said, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Inna awhayna ilayka kama awhayna ila Nuhin wan nabiyina min ba'di, wa awhayna ila Ibrahima wa Ismaila wa Ishaqa wa Yaquba wa lasbati wa Isa wa Ayyuba wa Yunus wa Haruna wa Sulaiman wa atayna Dawuda zabura wa rusulan qad qasasnahum alayka min qablu wa rusulan lam naqsusum alayk wa kallama Allahu Musa taklima rusulan mubashirina wa munzirina li alla yakuna linnasi ala Allahi hujjatun ba'da ar-rusul wa kana Allahu azizan hakima. Sadaqallahu al-azim. The Almighty Allah said, revealing to our dear Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam a long series of prophets that were sent before him, starting with Prophet Noah, that we did send this revelation to you in the same manner we sent revelations to Prophet Noah and those who came after him, the prophets who came after Noah, meaning that prophets mandated to convey messages so as to make a turning point in the history of humanity, started from Prophet Noah and those who came after him. Because there is quite a fundamental difference that needs to be understood. Although all prophets, all apostles are prophets, but not all prophets are apostles. So prophets, the definition of Nabi literally is derived from the word Nubuwa. And Nubuwa literally means a prominent place, a place that has some prominence, physical prominence. Then the word is used technically to refer to anyone who received a divine communication informing him that he is chosen a prophet, whether he is sent to any nation or not. He may be a prophet unknown to anyone, including his wife and children. Then But those who are given apostleship were mandated to convey messages to their people. It is in this light that you hear many a times in the Holy Quran, the Almighty Allah would say, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ وَإِلَىٰ عَادٍ أَخَاهُمْ هُودًا وَإِلَىٰ ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا وَإِلَىٰ مَدْيَنَ أَخَاهُمْ شُعَيْبًا وَلُوطًا إِذْ قَالَ لِقَوْمِهِ, and so on and so forth. Meaning that we did send Noah to his people. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَىٰ بِآيَاتِنَا أَنْ أَخْرِجْ قَوْمَكَ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ. We did send Moses to his people, commanding him that go and drive your people out of darkness, and akhrij qawmaka min adh-dhulumati ila an-nur. Drive them out of darkness into the sphere of light. بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ وَذَكِّرْهُمْ بِأَيَّامِ اللَّهِ. So those prophets that were sent to their respective nations were equipped by the Almighty Allah with miracles, because for those who challenge their prophethood on the ground that they are mortal, that no mortal is spiritually competent to speak on behalf of the Almighty Allah. As far as the unbelievers are concerned, in fact, there had never been a prophet who was sent by the Almighty Allah without his people challenging him on the ground that he is a mortal, that no mortal is considered qualified to speak for the Almighty Allah. That is why in the chapter Ibrahim, Surah Ibrahim, the Almighty Allah added up all the prophets that he sent and the messages they conveyed to their respective nations, and discussed them at once. The Almighty Allah said, جاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات فردوا أيديهم في أفواههم وقالوا إنا كفرنا بما أرسلتم به وإنا لفي شك مما تدعوننا إليه مريب. That the apostles conveyed their messages to their nations, and the response of those nations was that first and foremost, out of surprise, they held their mouth. In fact, they said, in another translation, they said they asked the prophet to keep quiet. They said, we disbelieve in what you were sent with. In fact, we are in doubt of the authenticity and genuineness of what you are inviting us to, claiming that it is a divine message. Then the prophet said, we invite you to nothing but the Almighty Allah, the creator of the heavens and the earth. So do you want to tell us that now you are doubting the existence of God? Afillahi shak. You mean the degree of your doubtness has reached a point where you are doubting the existence of the Almighty Allah? You can doubt anything, but do you doubt the existence of the Almighty Allah, or the fact that He sent us to you? Which one, which of the two do you doubt? The Almighty Allah, the originator of the creation of the heavens and the earth, Fatir samawati wal ard. In fact, it was a deliberate choice by the Almighty Allah of the word Fatir here. He didn't say Khaliq is samawati wal ard. He rather used Fatir. Fatir means the originator of the process of the creation. It's one thing to have an idea, and it's another to bring the idea to light. The Almighty Allah did not only create the heavens and the earth, but He originated the idea of how the structure of the heavens and the earth should be, and how the universe should be. He did not borrow the idea from anyone. That is the significance of the word Al-Fatir. Fatir samawati wal ard, the originator of the creation of the heavens and the earth. يدعوكم ليغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى. He invites you to the right path so that he may forgive you your sins and then give you a respite up to the end of your appointed days here on the surface of the earth. ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى. قالوا إن أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا أي ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا. What was the response of the unbelievers across the ages, starting from Prophet Noah down to Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon them all? What was their response? In fact, their response was so uniform, as if they spoke in one tongue, addressing an assembly of prophets. قالوا إن أنتم بمعنى ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا. What we need to consider here is that the prophets challenge them whether they doubt the existence of God. Because they don't doubt the existence of God, that is why they did not respond to them with regard to the existence of God. No unbeliever in those nations doubted the existence of God. They believe that he exists. But what they fail to understand is they fail to reconcile between the mortality of the prophets and their position as prophets and envoys of the Almighty Allah. For them, no mortal is qualified to speak for the Almighty Allah. That is why they said, in antum bimana ma antum illa bashar. You see, they did not even make mention of the Almighty Allah. Their response was directly with regard to the mortality of the prophets. In antum illa bashar misna. You are nothing but mortals like us. تريدون أن تصدونا أما كان يعبد آباؤنا فأتونا بسلطان مبين. What you want is to stop us from what we are doing in terms of worshiping our idols. أما كان يعبد آباؤنا. You want to divert our attention from what we found our forebears doing. That is, we want to change our creed and our belief system that we inherited from our forebears. And we are not ready for that. If you want us to accept you as prophets and then change from what we have inherited from our forebears, then you need to come with a clear evidence bearing testament to the fact that you are truly envoys of the Almighty Allah. فاتونا بسلطان مبين قالت لهم رسلهم إنا إلا بشر مثلكم. So you can see what was the response of the prophets to this challenge. قالت لهم رسل إنا إلا بشر مثلكم. Just like they say, in antum illa bashar misluna, so did the prophet say, inna illa bashar mislukum. Of course, we are nothing but human beings like you. But that does not negate the fact that the Almighty Allah has free will to make a choice of anyone as his envoy. No one can deny that right to the Almighty Allah. He has free will. No one can stop him from exercising his free will of choice to choose whomsoever he wants as his prophet and envoy. And that is exactly what he did with regard to us. And no more. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَمُنُّ عَلَى مَنْ يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ. Of course, we are mortals like you, but the Almighty Allah has the right to make endowment on whomsoever He wishes among His servants. And that is how He endowed us with the position of prophethood. And He chose us as His spokesmen, those who will speak in His name, those who will speak on His behalf. ولكن الله يمن على من يشاء من عباده وما كان لنا أن نأتيكم بسلطان إلا بإذنه. And before then, one thing that might command our attention here is that why is it that whenever a prophet or an apostle is sent to his people, the first response used to be based on two things. First and foremost, they will challenge him on the ground of his mortality. Secondly, they will challenge him that he wanted to come and change their worldview, their world perception, their ideological system, their belief system. He wanted to change. That's what he wanted. He wants to dominate them ideologically. In fact, if the message is conveyed to a monarch like Pharaoh, for example, Pharaoh had to use the instrument of propaganda against Prophet Moses. You can see how powerful Pharaoh was. Yet he couldn't do without using the instrument of propaganda against a defenseless prophet. Moses was with no army, no weapons, nothing but the helpless Israelites following him. Yet Pharaoh felt so threatened that he had to use all the instruments at his disposal in fighting Moses, including the media propaganda. Let's go to the chapter of Ghafir, so as to listen to the response of Pharaoh when Moses conveyed the message to him. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولقد أرسلنا موسى بآياتنا وسلطان مبين إلى فرعون وهامان وقارون فقالوا ساحر كذاب فلما جاءهم بالحق من عندنا قالوا اقتلوا أبناء الذين آمنوا ما واستحيوا نساءهم وما كيد الكافرين إلا في ضلال وقال فرعون ذروني أقتل موسى وليدع ربه إني أخاف أن يبدل دينكم وأن يظهر في الأرض الفساد. First and foremost, having challenged the prophet, that is Prophet Moses and his brother Aaron, then how would they claim prophethood while they are mortals? Not only mortals. Alam nurabbika fina walidan walabista fina min umrika sinin. Were we not the ones that raised you here in this palace? Said Pharaoh, addressing Moses. Were you not raised by us here in this palace? Remember, when you are barely an infant, walidan, walabista fina min umrika sinin, and you stayed here for a while. In fact, for a period of 30 years, to be precise, here in this palace. Then وَفَعَلْتَ فَعَلَتَكَ الَّتِي فَعَلْتَ وَأَنْتَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ. Then you committed that very crime that you are very much aware of. فَعَلَتَكَ الَّتِي فَعَلْتَ وَأَنْتَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ. While we were looking for you, then you fled from Egypt. Instead of Moses denying these charges, what did he do? He said, granted. Yes. قال فعلتها إذن وأنا من الضالين. Yes, you are right. I did that. I mistakenly committed a manslaughter. As at that point in time, I was among those who are ignorant, those who are not guided, because for I did not receive the divine message at that point in time. فَفَرَرْتُ مِنْكُمْ لَمَّا كِبْتُمْ. Yes, just as you said that I fled, yes, I did flee. I did. فَفَرَرْتُ مِنْكُمْ لَمَّا كِبْتُكُمْ. When I felt threatened by you, that my life was at danger. فَوَهَبَ لِي رَبِّي حُكْمًا. Then my Lord chose me and granted me prophethood. وَجَعَلَنِي مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. And he appointed me one of his apostles. As for the fact that you raised me here in the palace, وَتِلْكَ نِعْمَةٌ تَمُنُّهَا عَلَيَّ أَنْ عَبَّدْتَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ. This is a favor that you are boastful of, that you have done this to me after having enslaved all my kinsmen, the Israelites. Then Pharaoh was very clever, he was very smart. He knew that if the conversation continues as such, then Moses is going to win the debate. He was sure of that. What did he do? He changed the topic. Then he said, okay, that aside, what is the Lord of the universe? You claim that you have been sent by the Lord of the universe. Define this concept to me. What is the Lord of the universe? Because he didn't say Waman Rabbul Alam. He didn't say who is the Lord of the universe. He rather said, what is the Lord of the universe? Here, he wanted to know the concept. Then Moses said, Rabbus samawati wal ardi wa ma bainahuma in kuntum muqinin. The Lord of the universe, because the only way the Lord of the universe can be defined, it has to be within the context of the universal phenomena. That is why the Lord of the universe, that's why universe here is attached to the Lord, because there is no any window through which we can see the impact, or we can feel the impact of the Lord of the universe except the universe itself. That's why universe is a vital instrument with which to know who is the Lord of the universe, who crafted the universe, because the universe was not bought off from somewhere. It must have been crafted. Who did the craftsmanship? Who did? That is, if the language permits. Wama Rabbul Alamin. Of course, in the chapter Surah Taha, he said, Qala famar rabbukuma ya Musa. Oh Moses, who is the Lord of the two of you? You and your brother. Qala rabbuna allazi a'ta kulla shay'in khalqahu summa hada. Ours is the Lord who granted every single creature its distinctive nature and then guides it on how to survive. That is why there is no creature that has not perfected the creed of survival. Survival is the very common phenomenon in the entire that exists, that is the survival instinct, exists in the entire living creatures. No living creature can deny this fact. There is no such living creature that you can pursue with an attempt to kill, then it will wait for you to arrive. No. Survival is the universal religion, is the universal creed. If the Almighty wanted to accept us all as believers, he would have ordained survival as religion. Then every creature would have gone to heaven. Because there is no creature that did not practice the creed of survival. Whoever you see struggling in this world is struggling is being motivated and propelled by the instinct of survival. I'm going to stop here, inshallah. In the next session, I'm going to continue exactly where I stopped. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad, al-Fatih lima ughliq, wal-Khatim lima sabaq, nasir al-haqq bil-haqq, wal-hadi ila siratikal mustaqim, wa ala alihi haqqa qadrihi al-azim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun ala al-mursalin, walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah.